This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Sing it with me. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Won't let hatred blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let hatred blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let hatred blow it out. 'Cause I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it shine. Good morning.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for that. That was a nice little boost, right? Start off the day right, letting ourselves shine. So everyone, welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Woodstock. We are a welcoming and inclusive community here in Woodstock. Please know that wherever you are on your spiritual path, that you are invited to fully participate in all that we do here. So I wear a necklace pretty much every single day. I wear like a million necklaces. I'm starting to look a little bit like Mr. T with all my gold chains. I feel like I pity the fool. But one of the necklaces that I always wear is an 1111. And everyone always asks me, what is 1111 or what is 333? So everyone gives different meanings to these spirit numbers or these angel numbers or whatever you'd like to call those numbers that you sometimes see all the time. You see it on the clock or you look at a light. Well, for me, the meaning that I like to give to 1111 when I see it, I usually kind of think about what's been going on in my mind, what I'm thinking about, what's happening in my life in that moment. And when I see that number, I think I'm in divine alignment. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And it's usually like just really good to get the chills and I think, ooh, yeah, like I'm right exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. And it's like a nice little signal to like, you can rest, you're doing good, you're where you're supposed to be. You're in alignment with your highest good. So there's moments in life when we stop and we look around and we realize that everything is lining up perfectly. We have ourselves in the right place at the right time. Maybe we're meeting the right people at just the right time, or you just, you receive the right opportunity that you wouldn't have gotten if you hadn't taken that wrong turn and gotten there 4 minutes late, or, got that flat tire that put you there somewhere way later or at a different place than you thought you were going to be, but that's when you end up meeting that person you needed to meet to get you into the next place in life, or whatever it may be. It brings opportunity sometimes when things seem to go wrong. And sometimes it feels like magic. And I think it's because it is. So from a spiritual perspective, it's not coincidence, it's alignment. When our soul and our choices and the greater flow of the universe begin to harmonize, the path ahead of us seems to just like open up with ease. right? That's called like being in flow. It's a good feeling. I've talked about this before. To me, one of the best feelings in the world is when you're in flow and when things are just, you can just feel they're going right. You're not in that resistance at all times. One time, it's, you know, what maybe felt heavy at first, it can start to feel light. You can feel like yourself just, flowing with the universe. It's what going with the flow means. Sometimes it's easier than other times to let go and go with the flow, but we can train ourselves, right? Train ourselves to trust that we don't have to hold on so tightly. So I believe that each of us carries a divine blueprint within us, and that our soul knows where to go. Like we can feel it. Something tells us in the back of our mind, like, go do that. Go do that. You want to do that. Sometimes we have to convince ourselves to do it, but there's always a little voice in our head telling us because some part of our soul knows it. We get caught up, though, in fear and doubt, all of those things that make us feel nervous to move in that direction that we can't see what's just over the horizon. But then when we can trust it, we can see that there's a much bigger force at play that's sort of orchestrating this whole big divine plan for us. We see that it's been orchestrated by, into something far more beautiful than what we could have even imagined it to be. So when we're spiritually awake and we begin to notice the signs along the way, maybe a conversation that seems small, but it changes the course of our life, or like I said, a detour that takes us off of our path, but puts us right where we needed to be, even if we didn't know that's where we needed to be, to bring us to an opportunity we were waiting for, a closed door that then leads to a wide open door that brought us to where we wanted to get to, didn't know how to get there. These are the moments that remind us we're not separate from the divine, that we're co-creators with it. The universe kind of whispers to us, be here now. Trust me, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And then the magic doesn't really come from controlling the timing. It comes from just flowing with it and letting it go. Let go and let God. Patience, trust, and openness create the space for that to happen, and that for those miracles in life to happen for us, for things to come together in the ways that we always hope that they will. The less we micromanage our life and let the flow take us and trust that we're going where we're needing to be, the easier we are doing it and the less in resistance that we are. So today I invite you all to remember that you are always in the perfect place and you are always ready to take the next step on your journey. Even when delayed, there's purpose in delay. It may be putting you exactly where you needed to be. Even detours carry wisdom, and when things finally click into place, you'll look back and you'll realize that the universe was preparing you all along, and all of those pieces were coming together, all those dots were being connected. And that, I believe, is the magic of divine timing, being in the right place at the right time with a heart that is ready and open to receive. And that will make all the difference for each of us, being open and ready to receive. And that's going to bring us to the 5 unity principles. If we could please have those up there. And if everyone wouldn't mind reading these aloud. Number 1, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. The Christ Spirit lives within me. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. I experience God's presence and power through prayer and meditation. I put my faith into action by demonstration. So that little idea, that message really makes me think of number 1. There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotence. Letting go and letting God, being in divine alignment, divine flow. It's all about recognizing exactly what the first unity principle is, that there's only one presence and one power in your life, God. God's aligning everything for us. The God inside of you knows, it can feel where it's supposed to go. It's just trusting in the God that's all around us at all times. So just say, okay, I trust you're going to put me where I need to be. And sometimes it's hard to let go of that grip. It can be a vice grip, trying to let go of the control of things in life. But God is in everything, and God is all around us. And so unity principle number 1, I think perfectly just exemplifies that concept. If we can let go and trust that God is all around us and God is everything, that what do we have to be worried about? We'll be where we need to be, and we'll get in exactly where we're supposed to be. So Unity Spiritual Center of Woodstock is a ministry based in prayer. So you're invited to fill out a prayer request, a prayer celebration form at the station over here to the the right of fellowship. You can drop it in the prayer box. It can be any kind of prayer request, like I said, celebration or prayer, something you may need in life, something you're worried about, something you're struggling with. Please put it in there, and your request will be prayed over for 30 days by our prayer team and Silent Unity. And you are also invited to light a prayer candle in the rear of the sanctuary. And when you light that candle, that will continue to be lit for 30 days, until it goes out every Sunday. And then we just ask that you put a $2 donation in the little box that is underneath there. And of course, we'd like to thank our AV team for doing all this for us every week. Today we've got Mr. Joe Joswiak and Mr. George Maligano. And of course, our amazing music team that brightens our day every Sunday. Today we have Lori Gray Maligano. And on the drums, Mr. Alpha Stewart Jr.
This song is Together We Can Change the World. And there are places for you to sing with us, to sing those affirmations. So listen and watch to where you can join in, because together we can change the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world. Lay the puzzle pieces out, find out what it's all about. Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Sing with me.
Together we can change the world.
Sail past where it's been charted, roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Here we go.
Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world.
With our hands and with our hearts, we can dare to make a start.
Together we can change the world.
What if we spoke with one voice, knowing that we have a choice?
Together we can change the world. Can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for your help. Together we can change the world. Sail past where it's been charted, roll your sleeves up, let's get started. Together we can change the world. Change the world. Change your mind and change your life. Set aside the fear and strife. Together we can change the world. When we open up our eyes, then we start to realize. Together we can change the world. Change your mind. Change your mind, change it. Together we can change the world. Change your mind.
Sail past where it's been
Change your life.
Let's get started.
Change it. Together we can change the world. Change your mind.
Can't do it by myself,
Change your
so I'm asking for your
life. Change it. Together we can change the world. Change your mind.
Sail past where it's been
Change your life.
Let's get started.
Together we can change the world. Together we can change the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together
We can change the world. So let's take a few minutes to contemplate what we can do together. We can change the world. And perhaps that starts by seeing the face of God in others. So please echo these words along with Alpha as we sing the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. We are the face of God. We hold you in our heart. You are a part of me. We are the face of God. I am the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. I am the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
We take this time now to close our eyes and go into quiet, peaceful reflection. Maybe you'll place your feet flat on the floor and feel your body become one with the ground beneath you. And maybe you'll remember that each of you here today and each of you at home is the face of God. That you have the beauty and the light and the divinity within each and every one of you. Maybe you'll remember that though you may just feel human, that you are the face of God, and that you are here with a divine purpose to change the world around you, starting from within, starting with a smile every morning when you wake up, showing the gratitude for the opportunity to be here on this planet during this time, in this body, in this life that you chose for yourself. Maybe you can think of all the gratitude you have for showing up every day and trusting that the flow of life, the flow of the universe can gently take you to where you need to be. And you can trust that that flow knows best for your soul's journey. And where you need to go to be the highest version of yourself. We are all divine beings. And as you may feel a smile on your face, you can also feel the love that's behind that. The love that the God inside of you has for not only yourself, but for all the other parts of God all around you, here to share this experience of life together. And you can trust that when you feel the warmth of the sun on you every day, that life is magic. Each one of us is a miracle. And you should be so proud of yourself to get up every day and do all of the marvelous, wonderful things that you do in your life, no matter how big or how small they are. Each one of those things is bringing you closer into alignment with who you came here to be. Go out every day, including today, starting with right now, as we start to come back into this sanctuary. Take this time to prepare to go out and shine your light, to help yourself and those around you to continually step into their path and into their divinity. Let us all wiggle our toes and our fingers and come back to here and now. So today, we have a guest speaker, as I'm sure you all know. So she is the president and CEO of corecubed, as well as the co-founder of the Woodstock Shakespeare Players. So I will not say any more. I will let her introduce herself and come up here and share with you today. So let's all please give a big round of applause for Marisa Snook.
Thank you. I'm excited to be back with you guys. I have a story for you today. But what happened to Mr. Potter? So this was the question that my friend Joel Bennett asked his buddy Jeff Cook after watching It's a Wonderful Life for the first time. It's not your typical response to the end of that movie, but Joel is not your typical human being. To know him is to love him, as they say. His positive spirit and ebullient personality are infectious. He goes out of his way to be kind to others, making sure no one goes unnoticed or unappreciated. He's often the first to notice when someone is hurting, and he'll sit by your side until you feel better. So in early 2020, when he was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia at the height of the pandemic, friends wanted to help. And they did, in a myriad of ways, virtually, because no one was allowed to visit him in the hospital, pandemic, remember. His wife spent several weeks sequestered with him in his hospital room, but eventually had to go back to work and managing their home. So there he sat, alone in that very sterile environment, scared, and without much to keep his busy brain occupied. So what happened to Mr. Potter was the question that was raised again on one of the many video calls with Jeff while he sat fighting for his life in the hospital room. Together, they began brainstorming the story that they had started earlier. What was Mr. Potter's history? What turned him into the angry miser that he was? And could there be a redemption for him? They wanted to keep the story in the world of It's a Wonderful Life, but recognized parallels between what they were creating and Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, and It's a Wonderful Christmas Carol began to take shape. Working on the story helped occupy Joel's brain in a positive way as the battle against his cancer got very ugly. There were times we were pretty sure we were going to lose him. But this year, on August 18, we all celebrated Joel's 5-year anniversary of being cancer-free. Something only 27% of people with his type of cancer have achieved. Completely against the odds. Yeah, pretty awesome. So what happened in between those 5 years to It's a Wonderful Christmas Carol? Well, let me tell you. After Joel returned home from the hospital to recover, I got a phone call from him. Hey, so we wrote this play and we want to do a reading of it over Zoom. Would you like to be a part of it? Absolutely, I said. The live reading went well. I loved the script. And I said to Jeff, you really need to do this show. And he says, yeah, I'd like to, but because it's a derivative work of It's a Wonderful Life, the rights to perform it are going to be really, really hard to get. There we are again. Someone telling me that something couldn't be done, something that I really believed in, something that I could do for my friends that really mattered, something against the odds. I said, let me see what I can find out. And into the rabbit hole I dove head first. So to give you a brief and speedy overview, It's a Wonderful Life is a derivative work of a short story titled The Greatest Gift, A Christmas Tale, which was written by Philip Van Doren Stern in 1943. And he self-published it as a Christmas card and mailed out only 200 copies. But he later submitted it to film companies, and it was picked up by Liberty Films and Frank Capra. Now, Liberty Films later sold to Paramount, changing hands a few more times. There was a brief period of time where the film was in the public domain, but then Republic Pictures, who now owned the film, through court action, restores the copyright. It drops back out of the public domain. Then 1998, Paramount regains it was a rabbit hole, I'm telling you. And I knew absolutely nothing about derivative works or how to get permission to perform a play considered a derivative work. We could have hired a copyright lawyer, but they are very expensive, and we did not have that kind of money. Honestly, the odds in this case were so far against us, it just didn't seem likely that I would be able to make this happen. But I did what I always do when a mountain is in front of me. I take the first step. I started asking questions, digging into my network in the film and theater industry. A Hollywood producer friend says his knowledge only extends as far as the film industry. A childhood friend connects me with his uncle's theatrical rights company in London, but they have no answers either. Eventually, I hit a dead end. As far as I could determine, Paramount Pictures was still claiming they held the rights over any derivative works, and no project related to Wonderful Life could proceed without their say-so. And the Paramount Goliath was not something our little David was willing to sling a stone at, and so the script sat in a box for about 2 years. There was no flow. Things were not in alignment. But in 2023, Joel mentions the script to me again. Man, I really wish we could perform that play. So I send him the research that I had done for Jeff. We start looking again for answers. He talks to a lawyer friend that teaches at a university who says he might be able to get his class to help out, but that never happens. And so I keep digging. And then in February 2024, I find the podcast, George Bailey Was Never Born. Now, the final episode is an interview with Philip Van Doren Stern's granddaughter. She explains that Paramount only ever held rights to the music in the movie, but not the story. Philip Van Doren Stern owned those rights, and upon his death, those rights transferred to his only daughter and grandchildren, who formed a family company to manage them called the Greatest Gift Corporation. And in 2000, Philip's daughter terminated the 1944 grant to Paramount, thus ending their copyright in the story. A few months later, I stumble upon the key that opens everything for us. An article that explains the Greatest Gift Corporation is releasing limited annual rights for some derivative works, and the article lists the corporation's lawyer's email address. So Jeff writes to the lawyer, and after a few repeated follow-up emails, we get a contract, good for 1 year only, to produce It's a Wonderful Christmas Carol. We are over the moon. But now we have to find a theater to produce it. And we have less than a year in which to do it. Much, much less than a year, as it turns out, because you see, most community theaters determine their season about a year ahead of time. And at this point, we only have about 2 weeks before the board meeting occurs, where the 2025 season for Theater 121 at the Woodstock Opera House will be locked in. Now, the Woodstock Opera House is where Joel's late parents both performed. It's practically the theater that he grew up in. It's the theater where all 3 of us have performed and spent countless hours in. This is where we want the show to happen. Theater 121 has already purchased the rights to another holiday play for 2025, but the board hasn't officially voted on it yet. So I figure, we got a tiny, and I mean a really tiny window of opportunity. But as Wayne Gretzky, the famous hockey player, said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I write to the Theater 121 play reading committee asking if there is any chance that they would consider this show. I plead for them to just let us make our case at the next board meeting. And they say, although there's very little chance they're going to change their minds at this late of a date, they will allow us to make our case at the meeting. So I begin connecting with every board member on the play selection committee that I can. Have you read the script that I sent you? No, can you read it before the meeting, please? And then a few days later, have you read it yet? Is there any reason you wouldn't produce it? Let me know. And I begin gathering all the information I need to develop a case that can overcome the objections to selecting our play. So it's now 2 days before the meeting. I'm in Las Vegas giving a presentation for my job. In between chatting up prospective clients, I've got Joel on the phone, and we are working through our game plan. We discuss all the board's objections that I've gathered, and we develop talking points for his speech, because this has got to be a really good speech. The thing is, at this late of a date, there's very little chance that we're going to be able to find another theater to produce the show in the time period we have left in our contract. This is likely our only chance. Joel's anxiety kicks in. You're going to be there, right? He says. Now, in order to make it to the meeting on time, several things have to happen for me. I have to get our booth packed and shipped and hope for no lines at the FedEx office. I have to speedily get to the airport in order to make my flight by the skin of my teeth. The flight has to be on time. The traffic has to be light. But I assure Joel I will be there. I promise him I will be there. The flight is delayed. My odds of making it to the meeting just plummeted. I choose not to tell Joel just yet. When my flight lands, I rush to my car, and I'm texting Joel as I buckle up. I will be a few minutes late, but tell them to talk about something else. I will be there. He is as nervous as a sack of weasels at this point, and he texts me when the meeting starts, "Are you almost here?" Finally, I burst in the door, and sweat is pouring down my back, and I try and look composed. Joel is smiling. I nod. We got this. He gives his speech. It's brilliant. The board listens attentively. They present their objections, the objections we've already worked out solutions for. They thank us for our time and tell us to let us know. We leave the meeting. Joel's hands are absolutely shaking. I say to him, I think we convinced them. I think we may actually get to do the show. He just keeps shaking his head. God, it feels like a dream. It doesn't seem real. I just can't believe it. Later that night, my phone rings. It's Joel. They just called. We got the show. We're going to produce It's a Wonderful Christmas Carol at the Opera House in November of 2025. I scream. I screamed. 4 years of digging, 4 years of going against all of the odds. And we did it. So we are gearing up for the show that we will be performing in a few months, 3 weekends this November at the Woodstock Opera House. I'm working on marketing. Joel and Jeff are co-directing. And the other day, we were all three of us sitting on the Opera House stage, and Joel asks Jeff, "So if I had died, what would have happened to It's a Wonderful Christmas Carol? Would you have done a reading of it?" "No," he says. "So then Marisa would never have read it?" "No, probably not." "So then you never would have searched for the rights and never would have performed it?" "No, I wouldn't have." Because, in fact, we've always done this for Joel. He's the whole reason the show exists. It's why Jeff wrote it with him when he was in the hospital. It's why we did a reading of it. It's why we fought for the rights to perform it. It's why we fought for Theater 121 to produce it. Because our greatest gift is Joel. For more information on It's a Wonderful Christmas Carol, you can visit the website, theater121.org, or you can find us on our Facebook page, It's a Wonderful Christmas Carol. And I hope I get a chance to see you all at one of the shows. Thank you.
I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. And every time I forget that, so the universe will show it. There seems to be a plan that works, and there's no way I can blow it. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. How does the mighty oak tree face the changes autumn brings? He doesn't worry about growing new leaves when it is spring. Let me be that trusting, let me let go, and know the buds are on their way, though I make it in the 'cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. And every time I forget that, so the universe will show it. There seems to be a plan that works, and there's no way I can blow it, 'cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. How does the tiny robin feel when she finally leaves the nest? She takes a giant leap of faith and lets nature do the rest. Let me be that faithful, let me dare to fly. Though my wings are frail, I will not fail. There's a simple reason why, 'cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. And every time I forget that, so the universe will show it. There seems to be a plan that works, and there's no way I can blow it, 'cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. There's a power in the universe. It's greater than just me. It works a million miracles when I let it be. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. And every time I forget that, so the universe will show it. There seems to be a plan that works, and there's no way I can blow it, 'cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it. Yes. 'Cause I always know what I need to know when I need to know it.
Love that song. Thank you guys so much. So today's talk, I mean, gosh, it was just like such a real world example of trusting that next step, right? When something's really deep in your heart, like, you know, Marisa's story of this play coming to fruition, maybe it didn't happen immediately when she thinks it needed to happen, but look how it all worked out. Happened to just get a hold of the lawyer, happened to get a hold of the granddaughter. Oh, she sold off, Paramount doesn't have the rights anymore, right? It all works out as it needs to. And then maybe if she hadn't put all those blood, sweat, and tears into it, she might have not really wanted to make it happen. She might not have cared so much at the end. But here we are. It's coming up to November. She's going to go rock it, right? It really just exemplifies that. Get yourself in flow, right? Follow your heart. Trust what it's telling you. Trust that the connections you need to make are going to be there for you, and take that step, okay? And let's all go out and support this show this holiday season. I think we're all here and we heard that story for a reason, and I think it's important that we go support that. And who knows, maybe something you need to see or someone you need to meet will be there. So we talk about a lot of things here, a lot of spiritual concepts, right? One of those being the law of circulation. That's one of the main universal laws. And that basically everything in the universe is in a continuous cycle of movement and exchange. And to receive, we'll just say abundance, but it really can be anything. But we'll say to receive abundance, we can't have a kung fu grip on our money, right? Sometimes we want to because we're afraid it's not going to come back to us if we spend it. But that's not putting you in flow. That's not trusting that there's more out there to come back to you, right? So we do need to be comfortable with giving and knowing that that's just putting into what we need to come back. And that goes for our homes. The homes we live in, they're costly, right? There's a lot of bills. There's a lot of things breaking at home. There's a new roof, right? New windows. We need all these things. And the same thing goes for our spiritual home here, our church home. So coming up, starting September 7th, so next week, through October 12th, we are going to be starting our Show Your Love campaign. Okay, and we're excited for this. So what this is giving back to, it's giving back to, again, our home here. It's going into help with repairs, help with the upkeep of this beautiful building that we have, not only for our Sunday services, but for events, for speakers, for, weddings and things that would potentially book here in the future. We need to have an orderly, functioning, spiritual home. So with our Show Your Love campaign, again, it'll be from September 7th through October 12th. We ask that you can give whatever it is that you can. If you give in the sanctuary, it will start next week. We ask that on the little envelopes that you just write, Show Your Love, so that we know this is what this is going to, okay? And that's going to help us to keep up our spiritual home here at Unity and keep it beautiful, keep it running orderly, so that we all have a place to meet and we have a more balanced budget and all of that. And that's going to continue to give to the flow of our congregation and of what we believe and what we care about here at Unity. So as always, we are going to be doing tithes and donations. We welcome your gifts and donations here. You're welcome to give a fair percentage of your income to support everything we do here. Again, our events, all of our things, it all adds into that. If you are online, you can go to unitywoodstock.org and click on the donation button. Here at Unity of Woodstock, we are self-supporting. So we fund everything that we do ourselves and through your donations. So that is going directly back into the things that you love here at Unity, that we do, that we provide, and that we, that we have here to bring everybody together. So if you are in the sanctuary here with us, please take out your gift and place it in your hands as we bless your gift here. And for those of you at home, please hold your gift in heart. We will acknowledge these blessings with a prayer. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. The greeters will gratefully accept your gifts at this time. For these gifts and all of you givers, we say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Amen. All right, announcement time. We got a full docket here. Okay, so Saturday, September 6th, gosh, I can't believe it's already here. That's going to be World Peace Day on the Woodstock Square, 2:30 p.m. Sunday, September 7th is a regular 10 a.m. service. I will be speaking that day. It is also a youth ministry Sunday and Earth Care Recycling Sunday. Friday, September 12th at 6 p.m. is a higher self-healing experience here in the sanctuary. That's also with me, so we would love to see you all there. Come get some deep healing, some relaxation, let go of some things that you may have been holding on to that you really don't want to hold on to anymore. They're not benefiting you. We'd love to see you there. Saturday, September 13th at 10 a.m., we have our Christ Mind study group with Rena. Sunday, September 14th, we have a 10 a.m. service. Reverend Tom will be speaking. Tuesday, September 16th at 7 p.m., McHenry County Board monthly meeting. Reverend Tom is providing the invocation. That's the 16th at 7. Thursday, September 18th at 12 p.m. is our Unity Men's Group meeting at the Island Lake Cafe. Sunday, September 21st, 10 a.m. service. That is Reverend Tom's final service. So if you can be there, be there. And we're gonna celebrate Reverend Tom and send him off with all of the love and good blessings that we can send him off with. Tuesday, September 23rd, 6 p.m. is the monthly board meeting. Friday, September 26th at 6:30 is the Spiritual Book Club. It is returning with the 4 Agreements. Great book. If you haven't read it, let's do this. The book club is doing the 4 Agreements. Saturday, September 27th, 10 a.m., Christ Mind Study Group. And, oh my goodness, Sunday, September 28th, that's going to be our first family-based service in the fellowship. So that's our new service. Kim Joswiak's going to be facilitating those. So we would love for you all to be there. If you have anyone, family, friends, anyone you know that's, just interested in maybe trying out a new place to come on Sundays, or they're looking for something new, or just want to see what our new service is all about, we really encourage you to bring whoever you would like to. This is a new service for all of us, and I think we're going in a really awesome direction, and I think this is really going to just put us on our path of what we're supposed to be doing, bringing new people into Unity here and spreading our love through the community. Saturday, October 18th, which feels like a lifetime from now, but it's really not that far away. That's 9 a.m. is the Enneagram Workshop with Kim Joswiak. So if you have any questions, please see her, and she can answer any questions you may have. And then USCW will be switching from Facebook Live to YouTube Live in the coming weeks. So we'll just keep you updated with that and let you know how that's going and what to expect. Okay, so we're just going to talk a little bit about World Peace Day this year. Pardon me. So volunteers can pick up their T-shirts after the service today. They're in fellowship. I saw them folded on the table. They'll have a sticker on there with your name on it. We are still looking to collect up to 24 one-gallon empty jugs, so like milk containers, things like that, cleaned out. Just drop anything you may have in fellowship prior to next week, because next weekend, the 6th, is World Peace Day. We are also looking for volunteers today after fellowship. We need to move all the World Peace Day items from the lending library and fellowship closer to the back door so it's ready to go, and we're not doing that on the day of. So if you have questions about anything, and if you can stay even for a few minutes to help out, please see Joe Joswiak, and he will let you know what he needs you to do. Okie dokie. Do we have Miss Jackie here today? We sure do. So Jackie is here with us today. She is our prayer chaplain. So if anyone would like a custom prayer, just some confidential time with Jackie, she'll do a customized prayer for you. Whether it's something you need a little assistance in, or you just, you want to celebrate something, please pull her aside, and she'd love to take some time with you to do a customized prayer and just talk to you about the things that you're looking to pray about, okay? So at this time, if we all want to stand up for the prayer for protection and our peace song, that would be great. Prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen. If we'd like to hold hands.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. little